Welcome to a new episode of Blockbuster Underground. I'm wearing the alternate jersey today. Actually, this I think was my 3-year anniversary gift, if memory serves. Anywho, we got some stuff to talk about today. There are some news on the streaming front that we need to discuss. There's some news about collecting. Oh my god, that we need to talk about. And some new trailers dropped. So, let's get cracking here. Biggest news of the day so far. I know this is probably yesterday's news, but I didn't want to get to too stale. So, Amazon purchased MGM Studios for $8.45 billion. Wow. That not only gives them access to all the James Bond movies now, which is funny because MGM at one point was bandying around to all the streaming services like Netflix, Apple, Amazon, Hulu, and whatnot, saying, "Hey, you guys want to get a year's dibs on the new James Bond movie we haven't put in theaters yet?" And the streaming services were like, "Proceed." And their offer was $800 million. They wanted for 1 year of exclusive rights to streaming the movie. And all the streaming services obviously went, "Fuck you. We paid $350 for Borat. Like, 800 million? Come on." So now, they have just turned around and bought the entire enchilada for $8.45 billion. Amazon, however, is super stoked, and as they should be, because they now have access to all the IP, intellectual property, that MGM Studios owns, which includes the James Bond movies, the Rocky movies, the Pink Panther movies. I think it's 4,000 movies and 17,000 TV shows they now have the rights to. And Amazon right away is like, "We're going to spin this shit off till the cows come home." Like, James Bond as an IP, we can make a streaming fucking show of James Bond in a nanosecond. And who cares how much it's going to cost? They ponied up $500 million for the first season of Lord of the Rings, which is coming on Amazon, I don't know when. But, yeah, they're not fucking around. They're pretty, like, they showed the streaming numbers online, and Amazon is I think Netflix has like 400 million subscribers. Amazon's like 275, and Disney's like 130, I think, which is crazy too, because their goal from like when they launched, they were like, by 2024 we're gonna have like 60 million subscribers, and now they're at 130, and it's like, well, obviously, pandemic helped hugely. Conspiracy theorists have what you will with that. I'm not getting into that. But, yeah, I mean, it's all about the streaming now. So the more properties these studios can snatch up and use, even if it's not just, getting the rights to the movie, it's the original catalog they had, but making new IP and new product and new seasons and spin-offs and whatnot have you from the stuff they've got the rights to now. Why not? I mean, go for it. Prime's been putting out some pretty good shit lately, so have at it. See what they can do. I mean, that being said, I still haven't watched the Mighty Ducks new season on Disney, and like, I know there's too much stuff now. That's the problem. I mean, people were like, "Well, I'm going to cut my cable TV because it costs too much," and then you sign up for 3 or 4 streaming services. There's like easy $60-$70 a month right there. I don't know. It's kind of like a vicious circle, but I mean, as long as they're giving out good product and interesting stuff, then I'm all for it. So, whatever. Collecting wise, I am still waiting on word about stock on the Captain America Endgame figure from the store I've been talking to. So that's still a TBD. Ideally, it's going to happen, but we'll see. In the meantime, I thought, since they're sitting right within arm's reach pretty much, give you a little show and tell here of some of my Hot Toys figures. So the OG, the original that I ever got, was Indiana Jones. And now I know I'm a Harrison Ford whore. I get it. But this figure is absolutely amazing. Some people are like, it doesn't look like Harrison Ford. I'm like, it's pretty good for what you get. I mean, goddamn, this jacket even has a fucking working zipper on it. Not that I'd try working it, because I'd probably break it, and then I'd be like in the fetal position under my desk with my thumb in my mouth. But yeah, outstanding figurine. And that was back when they didn't cost like, you know, a kidney to get. Like, and let's see. He's within arm's reach. Fluffs on the cape. The Christian Bale Batman. Again, amazing figure. Comes with the entire armory of all his gadgets and gizmos that he has, which you've probably seen in some random episodes in the background somewhere. But yeah, and that came assembly required. Took me 4.5 hours of just futzing with these little pieces like batarangs, and you know, he's got a pair of nunchaku in there. It's ridiculous. And you know what? Just because, Brent, you're saying this figure looks weird and out of shape, I'm going to take him off his stand. This is the newest addition to the repertoire. This is the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader. Absolute beast of a figure. Camera doesn't do it justice. Never when you see a video of these things does it do justice. But yeah, he is something else. Special feature is his head comes off, and you can actually see the scarring and sort of battle damage that they showed in Empire Strikes Back when he had the noggin off. That's my one gripe with this figure, though, is there's no magnet sticking this thing on, so you just gotta basically like push down a little bit, obviously not too hard, and just secure it in place. And the hands, there's little pegs obviously with these things, and with this one, if you pop the hands off, like, this isn't like snapped on at all. Neither is this one, because I'm just afraid I'm gonna wreck the material, because this is like fake leather kind of finish on them. So the hands plug on well enough for what you need to do with it. And there's batteries too that I didn't put in here. There's like a battery pack just behind his ass back here that powers up the panel here, and it'll light up and blink and shit. And there's batteries you can go into these little things on his belt that'll light up like green lights or something. I'm not getting into it, because you know how many times do you want to have to go there and be like, oh wait, and have to flick on these tiny little switches? Forget it. But anyway, that is the Darth Vader. Absolute monster of a figure. Perfect scale compared to the Luke Skywalker that I've got, which is back that a ways. You see where he is. Anyway, let me put my toys away for a second here, and we're gonna talk. There we go, Vader. We're gonna talk new movie trailers. Dear Evan Hansen trailer came out. I'm not too sure about that. It looks like they used the de-aging tech. They tried to use it. Well, the de-aging tech they used in Marvel, they tried to use in this to make Ben Platt look like he wasn't nearly 30 years old playing a high school student. Weird. I think they should have recast the lead. There's plenty of options. A lot younger than, like, how? Ben Platt's got to be, I'd say 28. Let's see what Google says. I can't believe I'm doing this. Brought to you by Google. No, actually, not brought to you by Google. I have no sponsors. Ben Platt, here we go. American actor. Yep. 27. Okay. I was close. But yeah, playing a high school student. Come on. Either way, I mean, it's a hugely successful musical. Movie's probably going to be hugely successful. Depending on how well that does will be a good indicator how well West Side Story is going to do in December. But West Side Story also has the addition of having Spielberg directing it, so an extra little spot, a little check on the box is there. So we'll see. Tomorrow War, which is coming out on Prime on July 2nd or 3rd, I think it said, looks pretty good. Chris Pratt, basically alien invasion, and they've got to like time travel into the future. I'll give it a watch. Trailer looked decent. And then Gunpowder Milkshake, which I saw a listing of on some site, and they were like, yeah, check out the trailer. So I checked out the trailer. Looks pretty good. Karen Gillan, who plays Nebula in Guardians in the Marvel movies. Lena Headey. Michelle Yeoh's in it. And it's basically Karen Gillan's an assassin, and her mom was an assassin, and basically looks hard to explain, looks great. Looks like a lot of fun. So those are worth checking out. I think all of them are coming out pretty soon. Another thing I found out the other day is the wife is saying she never saw The Hitman's Bodyguard. And I showed her the trailer for the new one. I'm like, remember we watched the old one? And she's like, never saw that. I'm like, wait a second. So got some catching up to do, I guess, before the new one comes out. But the new one looks great too. There's a variety of different versions of the trailer online that you can find that have a variety of foul language in it, I guess you would say. So worth checking out. Other than that, collecting wise, I got a couple of figures on the way, it looks like. Kudos to the Pirate. Some Mando vintage retro version with Grogu. So it'll make for some nice display options when the crest arrives. And I finally get the shelves back here organized. I'm still working on it. I know. You can't see it, but I've got the freezing chamber set up on the bottom shelf below where the Death Star side is here. And, work in progress, like I say. Anyways, in other news, we are working on getting some hosts / guest stars on the episodes coming up. I've been talking to a couple of my old friends who worked at Blockbuster back in the day, way back in the day. And we're planning on possibly doing kind of like a digital roundtable sort of thing. It might start off with just, one-on-one reviews, reaction, talking about shit kind of shows. And we'll see how that goes and progress from there. But things are looking like they could be amping up a little bit, depending on time, obviously. Schedules. Work take precedence. But yeah, keep tuned. Tell your friends. Spread the word. Like, subscribe, comment. If you got any thoughts about any of the new trailers you've seen that we should check out, let us know. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.